All right, we're live. What's up, guys? Hitting the save on this. So I need to find out which BGS return is this. We're going to head over to BGS submissions. September, July, May. I believe this is the February submission, right? Yeah, here it is. It looks like it would have had some Brandon Wong items in it, but then in addition, it has Kayla Vibara, NHCC, and Zach stuff in it. So this is the February submission, I'm pretty sure. Let me let me go ahead and search it real fast, just find out exactly what was in this. Here we are. We submitted it in February, and it's finally back in October. That's pretty bad, isn't it? All right, here it is. I think it's this one. There it is, ship date today. Okay, so let's try to find that wanted poster. Wanted, there it is, Monkey D. Luffy wanted poster. And then also we're looking for Azure Lane, white shirt, huge boob signature. That's not helpful. Fujimi Fantasia Bunko reprint. All right, so really we can only identify it from this Monkey D. Luffy wanted poster. So I'm gonna grab this. And we're gonna hit enter, and then we're gonna come over here to the returns channel. Oops. BGS submission is back. All right. 126 sold to TCC. All right. So we'll hit. Oh, we need the link, don't we? So let's grab the link to this stream. So we got the link. So it's really only a couple guys who need to know that this return came back. All right. I saw the grades already. I don't think there were many black labels. I think there was one black label out of the whole submission. Okay, so that's the BGS submission return. Did Mr. Alex ping? Yes, he did. All right. So, and I can go ahead and alert the other Discord server. I don't even know if there's a reason to do that. I'm sure this Discord server is so tired, so dead. All right, so there's that. And then let's change the title. BGS group return from February. Jesus. Then we'll also say pricing up slabs. Live card shop. Let's hit save. So we've got this giant tag return. We got this giant BGS return. I know we're close to a PSA return. And then we got another tag return coming in. This is it, guys. This is the avalanche of slabs. I was telling you guys it was coming, and it's here. It's actually here. So we're starting to get all the slabs back. Now, if you'll give me a moment, let me clean up some of these emails. I got way too many emails in here. I got to find some way to filter eBay emails into an eBay category or something. Your item was authenticated. That's good. Nintendo Switch has been delayed to tomorrow. That sucks. It's supposed to come today. So I guess I won't be playing a game with everyone else. The new Pokemon game. Which, by the way, we had really terrible sales last night. And my theory is that it's because that game is launched. Because that happens every time a Pokemon game comes out. Our sales just like significantly dip for like a week. Here's Daniel Wiseman. He says, Slabaway for the Snorlax Poker. First order of the day is Daniel Wiseman. I'm going to take care of that real fast. And then we're going to start working on these slabs, okay? So let me just do this for Daniel. It's nice to see you, Daniel. So he sent in $56, I believe. And that leaves him with $140 remaining. Nice. I was talking to AI about the possibility of bringing in these sort of complicated futures style slabaways where I use my capital to secure a high-end slab, and then you guys pay that down over time. And our bet is that it goes up in price, right? Because in order for that to be profitable, in order for that to be a good thing, it kind of has to go up in price over time. And so we were talking about that the other night. It's called a red label slab, by the way. That's what we call it. And I was talking to AI about it, and it said, well, basically what I need to do, it gave me two ideas. It said, well, you can ask if you want to do a red label item and have less risk, have them pay more of the slab down. So that was the first piece of advice. The second piece of advice was that I don't even buy it. It said, don't even buy the slab until it's paid off, and change the rules so that if the price goes up, the cost of it goes up in Slabaway too. And I was like, wow, that's a whole different idea for Slabaway. It's a really different idea. Here it is. Slabaway, what made Slabaway so attractive was this concept that you could work on a slab and have its price locked in. But AI saying, what if the price wasn't locked in and they could work on it anyways? And if they got it done quickly, well, then they get to get it at the low price. But if they wait too long, the price goes up, you know, because that's what the market will do. I thought that was really interesting. I guess really it just becomes a program that helps you save up money at that point then. So we need to find this wanted poster. Let's go back here. Oh, let's open up the iPad. So those were two ideas that AI had. AI said what you could do is buy the slab ahead of time, like usual, using your own capital, which is a lot of money to tie up, and then just have them do a bigger down payment, like a 20%, 30% down payment. Okay, let's click on this. We got 43 people watching. Move this up here. Let's see who's in here. Jack, Jared, Packology, Luke, Wiglet, Second Shop of Cards. Hey, what's up, man? We saw you last night. Daniel Berry Sports Highlight, Andy Man, Dennis Manieri, Alex PSX, 61 months. Oh my God, dude. Alex, who was the first moderator on this channel? Do you remember? I don't remember. That Team Rocket guy's here. Gabriel Gallegos, Sandslash Squad. What's up, man? Okay, Joey Albrecht. Why are you trying to make Skynet smarter? I know. Hey, you know, one of the reasons we didn't start sooner today, I went on a nice, healthy walk. And man, I kind of missed the 1 hour walks. Remember those 1 hour walks? Maybe I'll bring those back and make it a members only thing. All right, so these are my slabs, but also we need to find, now look at this. So these square cut cards actually got a grade. Like, look, this got a 6. So these are not going to be so cheap this time. Remember the last time we graded these with BGS, they called it like altered or something, altered authentic, which is kind of a contradiction if you think about it. Yeah, they called it authentic altered. But this time they actually graded it. So those are hugely valuable now. I've got square cut cards and they are just called authentic with the grade now. Look, here's another one. So this is kind of the leading story of this submission, this return, are these square cut cards that have been authenticated. Look at this. This is sad. 9.5. I'll be cracking that one for sure. That one's going to go off to PSA. Here's another square cut card. So that's a big deal. Those square cut cards getting actual grades. That's a big deal. That's a big story here. Serrilege. What's this big mark? The grading company's got to be more careful. There's this big mark here, and it looks really ugly. And they did that. I didn't do that. Moltres. Executor. That's cute. 9.5 though. Looking for those black labels, not getting black labels. See, cards like that you would only send in because you're hoping that it gets a really nice high grade, and we certainly did not get one. All right, so far not so good. We have not seen anything exciting. Okay, bunch of 9.5s, terrible. BGS, ooh, look at that tentacle. So this is a square cut Evolving Skies card. Isn't that crazy? Look at that. Crazy. Ah, that's right. I knew about this one. So we got one Hello Kitty black label. Probably going to be worth about $250-ish. Okay. 9.5. There's a nice pristine. 9.5. There's a 9. There's a 9.5. There's a 9.5. More slabs. So we got one black label. It was Kuromi. Okay. We haven't found everyone else's cards. We got to find everyone else's cards. Here's a 7.5, 9.5, 9.5, 9.5, 9.5, 10. Not a single pristine among those magnetons. All 9.5s. BGS, very strict, very difficult. When you see a BGS pristine, please appreciate it. It's very hard to get the pristine. Here's the Firo, 9.5, 9.5, 8.5. Horrible. Those could have all been PSA 10s, by the way. All those. It would have been one grade, one and done. Those could have all been PSA 10s, and they could have all sold for a profit. Now, because they're 9.5s, I can regrade them, but they're not going to make any money if I regrade them. Or I can sell them as is and really make no money on them. Here's a 9.5. Here's a 9.5. Here's a 9.5. I just had to take a shot. Not even pristines. They said, you know what? These will all get cracked, guys. Just lost money on these. These will all get cracked. Terrible. All right. Here's a 9.5. Here's a 9.5. Here's an 8.5. Losing lots of money on BGS. This is why when you see those black label prices, I don't want to hear it if you think it's too expensive. I don't want to hear it. I don't want it. Oh, that's so expensive. Oh, here we go. What do we got? I think this was a Brandon Wong card, and he sold it back to me. He got a 9.5. Here's a Nikkei card, got a 10. Now, wait a second. Let's get into the returns channel, right? Let's get into the returns channel. You guys are watching in real time just how difficult it is to get even a pristine, much less a black label. They don't hand them out. They just don't. Okay, so we're looking for Azure Lane, white shirt, huge boobies. It might be this. Did I write the name down? White shirt, huge boobies signature. I mean, she's got a white shirt. This might be, so this might be yours, Zach. Is Zach here? Does Zach happen to be here? So this might be his. She's got a white shirt and huge boobs. Oh, but then there's this one. Oh, no. So he'll have to remind me. It might be this one, actually. Actually, this one feels like it's the one. Azure Lane 2. That's Azure Lane. Actually, I know it's not this one. This is Nikkei. This one is Azure Lane 2. And look, there's a little bit of a scratch here on the surface of the slab. I didn't do that. That's BGS did that. I don't know why they are not more careful with these. People really care about that. So I believe this is, that's Mr. Zach's, I believe. Okay, we got Scarlet Violet. We got, now this one, I don't know. Was this from Brandon? I don't remember. This is from, wow, another scratch that travels all the way around, along the distance of the slab. That's terrible, man. So here you go. Here's some more girl cards. Very nice. She's a 10. So far, one black label only, and lots of wasteful 9.5s. Here's a 9.5. We're looking for Fushima Fantasia Bunko reprint, Night Girl signature, and Monkey D. Luffy. That's what we're looking for. Okay, ooh, 9.5. Here's a 10. Ah, this is it, isn't it? Yep, Fantasia Bunko. And this has got to be it. Yep, Night Girl signature. All right, so that is going to be NHCC. You got a nice 10 on that. Congratulations. So much better than a 9.5, honestly. Here's a SSP. Hello Kitty got a 9.5. There's a Pikachu. BGS is super punishing. Super, super, super punishing. And if you decide, unfortunately, if you decide to send them cards, you're going to get killed. Here's this. So we got this card here. That's a nice pristine 10. BGS gives you all 9.5s and then damages your slab. Smile and take it. Sincerely, BGS. Yeah, I know. Oh, there we go. There's the, where did this come from? Don Quixote? Look, this is some Don Quixote card. I guess that's mine. I must have gotten it from somebody. Somebody must have traded me their bag or something. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Who wants Don Quixote? But here's this wanted poster, dead or alive. It's funny because I make trades and I make purchases of bags, you know, from a long time ago. This is 2024, so it makes sense that it's probably somebody sold it to me. But here we go with the wanted poster. Very nice. So that's all three of everyone else's cards. So the rest of these are just mine. 9.5, 9.5, 9.5. This is horrible. All 9.5s. Every Pokemon card's a 9.5, 9.5, 9.5. Here's a 10. Here's a 10 of the kitty cats. So the kitty cats do well. I'll have to remember that. We'll send them more kitty cats over time. You have to be really sure that you're sitting on a perfect card to even bother sending it into BGS. Because you could very rapidly waste your money getting 9.5s. You know, you either get a pristine or you don't. You better get at least a pristine. Here's a 10. Here's, oh, there we go. One pristine. Look at that. A single pristine. That's terrible. Here's a 10. Here's a 10. Lots of girl cards. I'm guessing many of these came from Mr. Brandon, and he traded them to me is what he did. Not only did he have cards in this order that he traded back to me before they were back, before the order was done, he had plenty of cards that, he had plenty of cards that he opened up, and he said, you know what, how would you like to trade me those cards in my bag? Okay, here's a 9.5. Here's a, that's a That's a punishment right there. You got 9.5 on the Flynn. You got 9.5 there. You got 9.5 here. You got 9.5 here. You got 9.5 on the Gengar. All 9.5s. Now, the BGS 9.5 is considered worthy of a 10. But the thing is, you have to cross-grade it. You have to crack it. And there could be some scenarios where it's not a true 10, where it turns into a PSA 9 instead. So the 9.5s just don't sell for as much. That's just how it is. Look, I got a single Scarlet Violet. And look, it's got a big scratch right here. And then this one's got a big scratch right here. What the hell? All right, that's the end of the return. The entire return is back. By the way, this return from February. We waited from February to October, got absolute trash grades. And I was not a very big fan of that because, you know, you pay up front. So that was all my money sitting with Beckett that whole time, trapped. All that money trapped with Beckett. Couldn't do anything with it, couldn't earn any of the money back. All of the money in the cards, all of the money, because I had to buy some of those cards, and all the money trapped in the physical grading. So all that money just wrapped up thousands of dollars. I think it's close to about $2,500 to $3,000, just wrapped up. I couldn't do anything about it. So I feel absolutely wrecked from this submission. But we did get, look, one Hello Kitty Black Label. But I will say the big news in this order, once again, BGS handed out some actual grades to these square cuts. So these will actually be worth some serious money now. Before, when it said authentic altered, we were just kind of getting rid of those. But it's weird because I've graded square cut cards with Beckett before, and they usually do this. They usually hand out a grade. So the fact that they did it for this round, but not the previous round, is really annoying. They ought to have a agreed upon strategy with these because I probably missed out on the value of the previous ones. They all come from the same round, right? I bought all these square cards years ago from the same guy at the same time. And so how can all the other ones be altered and all these deserve a grade? Well, it's because some different grader got a hold of it and didn't know what to do. He's like, I don't know. So now these are valuable. Having a square cut card with the grade on it. It's weird though, because they don't call it square cut. They don't say anything about the error. So very different policies on these two different types of grades. And then, yeah, this will probably be worth like $250 maybe. I don't know. We keep selling these Black Label Hello Kitty cards. They do sell. So we're happy with the Black Label card. Okay. And then coming back over here, these are the returns for everyone else. There's only one pristine in the order of the three. Yeah. In my ranking, BGS just slipped below tag. This is awful looking for them. I wouldn't say that. The Black Label is still a highly desirable thing. It's very hard to obtain. It's just really hard to obtain. So if you want to get a Black Label, you better send them cards that are virtually perfect. And perfect cards are pretty rare. So, yeah, again, this is, you know, if they didn't have grading that tough, then the Black Label wouldn't mean anything. They'd just be this thing that anyone could get. Yeah, but it's sad that so many got a 9.5 instead of a pristine. So I wish I understood their grading a little better, but I just don't. Yeah. Like this says centering 9.5. That's fine. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to Target when I heard we had a Pokemon restock. The Target for the Pokemon restock. That's understandable. That Luffy wanted poster is awesome. You like it? Pretty nice. Okay, let's write some names on these. So we got the white shirt, huge boob girl signature, and this will be Zachary Stekskowski. Here you go, Zach. That is the BGS return. Now we have BGS 9.5s for sale, a couple square cuts for sale, and lots of 9.5s. I don't know what the demand on those will be like. Probably not that good. Is a 9.5? Mystery, 9.5 is a PSA 10, so wouldn't you just go with PSA when grading these? Yeah, but that's the thing. If you want to try and get a Black Label, you actually have to send some cards to Beckett, you know? So I picked out some good-looking cards, and clearly they weren't even that good because they handed out mostly 9.5s. So they're just insanely tough. I don't know what molecule I got wrong when I was looking at it. Something. You know, if I could watch their process, I could do a better job refining it myself. I actually have thought, how nice would it be if we had like a forensic scanner here in my home, and every time I'm preparing a submission, if a card looks nice, I can put it into the forensic scanner and decide whether to send it to BGS. You know, like that's kind of an interesting idea, don't you think? Now, a forensic scanner could cost like $20,000, but I don't know, maybe it pays for itself over time. Okay, and then finally, we have the wanted poster, which is Caleb Ibarra. BGS and CGC are my D tier now. Sure, they got a special rare label. It's not worth the risk. Sorry, PSA only for me. Here's Caleb Ibarra. Well, you know, when PSA raised their standard really high, so that much of your cards come back a 9, that's what I was talking about when I said, you know, what made PSA so special was knowing that they didn't grade as harshly as BGS. That was what made them so nice. And I think BGS is suffering from these 9.5s. Personally, I think that that's the mistake. The 9.5 is a really annoying grade. I think it makes no sense. Their 9.5s make no sense at all. Okay, cool. So there we go. We are done. Did you guys see anything in that return that you really wanted? Let me know. So let's work on these orders. Lucas Lange. Hello, mister. Please ship my bag and my 5 slabs. Send a picture on Discord, which 5, Greninja, Kingdra, Bulbasaur, Vulpix, Ampharos, and 3 Poke Shuffles. All right, Lucas Lange. He wants a round of shipping to Germany. Let's do it, man. Thank you for doing some pre-grades yesterday. I watched it back last night because I missed the beginning of the stream. Would you agree BGS 9.5 is worse than a PSA 9? What? No. BGS 9.5 often regrades into a PSA 10. So they very often they regrade into 10s. You know, that's probably over a 90% success rate. But the problem is it costs money to grade it twice. That's the real problem. And it takes time to crack slabs. So now you got this big cracking job ahead of you. And you got to spend another round of money to grade it a second time. So that's the real problem. That's the deeper problem. Here we go. Here's Radiant Gardevoir. Okay, so nothing crazy coming out of those Poke Shuffles. Let's go grab your bag, okay? Let me get this out of the way. Head-to-head, eBay sales, BGS 9.5 versus PSA 9. No, BGS 9.5 definitely sells for more than a PSA 9. There's no question about that. BGS 9.5 sells for more than a PSA 9. We are. Let's see. Especially if you've ever taken time to regrade them and you've seen their success rate, you know that you're probably sitting on a 10. All right. Let's see. We're jumping over here. Manga on back. Can you price the Birthday Pikachu and the Magneton promo? Birthday Pikachu Magneton. Oh, from the BGS return? All right. So let's jump in here. Please read my message. Before you do the shipping, would you trade the EV223 BGS from this sub for my bag? There was an EV Pristine, you're saying. Is that right? Let me take a quick look. I have to see the eBay prices on it. Would you say what was the value on the eBay? Oh, here's a Birthday Pikachu. What did you want? Oh, look at this stupid label already sliding out. Let's see. BGS 10 EV. Let me take a look into that. What is the eBay buy it now price on that, if you don't mind me asking? We have a lot of slabs that just came back, so it'll take me a second to try and find it. Okay, it's not in here. Yes, the Japanese one. The Japanese one. Boy, we've got a lot of slabs. We got all these tag slabs. We got all these slabs we haven't rotated yet. We still got slabs we need to rotate, everybody. From last month. Slabs that need repricing that you can't see because they don't have pictures anymore. Darn, I was hoping there'd be like one more black label in here. I can't believe there wasn't even one more. Okay, not here. Oops. Oh, this one, huh? There it is. So that's a Japanese Terra Festival EV. And it got the Pristine. So let me just take a quick look into that. You know, the tough part, too, is BGS grading's more expensive. It is. Than tag, anyways. I can't believe they took till February. But they explained why. They explained it was because the guy who was working on our submission, he quit. All right, so I just have to do quick research on this. BGS 10, Terastal EV. And what's the number on them? 223? Boom. All right, let's see. So our job is to find the cheapest version of that. So the problem is the cheapest BGS 10 EV is going to be $180. he's actually even much more expensive than the last card you tried to grade. So this guy's cheapest buy it now for pristine is 180. I saw 2 auctions for 105. I'm not matching those auctions. I can just go ahead and ship the bag out. But for this, maybe you could make the difference. I would do about I don't even think this is, that's the thing. I don't know if your bag's worth 100. So you got a lot of cards in here, but I have really sharp eyes. Like that says 9. And, you know, with these other cards, thin on the top. Here's an Obama Snow. This cost me like $8 once. That's a 9. That's a trainer card. Here's a Suicune that's thin on the top. Here's some girl card. We actually have a couple of these returned from BGS. Here's Erica's Tangela. It's Tangela. Jolteon. You got a bunch of Korean cards. You got some poker cards. I'm interested in the Charmander, but he's probably a 9. So he's ungraded. Low punny, slightly off center corner to this corner. Froakie, Frogadier, Horsey, Seadra. Those aren't worth anything to me. Ursaluna. Okay. You got Ogre Pond Mask. Okay, so I don't know that I would pay $100 for this bag. That's what you have to understand. I don't think I would. So I would probably, to tell you the truth, I'd probably pay about $60 for that bag. But the cheapest buy now on this guy is $180. So there's this big price difference between those two things. So we have to, when the trade goes, if a trade goes through, it has to be something that I feel like it makes sense to me, you know what I mean? Because I do actually have to make some money back on this BGS return, and this would be the exact card that I need to make that money back on. Now, I could go through with the $180 trade, but I think some of it would have to be cash. This problem. Here it is. BGS 9.5 without subgrades typically fetches 20% more than a PSA according to AI. Oh, there it goes. So CEM says that AI is saying 9.5s do sell for more. No deal. You got it, man. All right, let me go make that label for you. No problem, man. Lucas Lodge. Here it is. Okay. We'll set this to, you said you had 5 slabs. Let's get an accurate weight on those slabs. Okay, set that down. Mr. was the AZX Brid BGS 10 signature Nikkei yours? How much to slab it away? So I'm pretty sure it's mine because there was only 3 slabs from everyone else. There used to be a bunch of Brandon Wong cards in this order, but the thing is, Brandon Wong, he ended up selling me all those slabs in the order for store credit. Okay, cool. Perfect. Oh, wait. Ah, there we go. Okay, now we know the weight. Bit heavy. All right. I'm so happy with their service, and yes, I sent a picture. No problem, man. We are. I appreciate the attempt to trade. Sometimes a trade doesn't work out, you know. I can understand why you might want to trade that bag for the Eevee. I would too. There we go. But I got to be careful here because I've only got a couple good cards in that whole order, and that Eevee was one of them. Set this over here. Okay. That's going to be the weight. We're going to choose package. Boop, boop, boop. Edit the custom foams. Let's see. We're going to describe this as, a playing cards. Playing cards. Okay. Now we'll set the weight up. And we'll set the value to, okay. So I went with the lower value for you, okay, to help you out with the declarations. Hey, what's up, JM? Let me know the price so I can slab it away. The one character I like. It's called AZX Brid BGS Signature Nikkei. Mr. What other 9.5 English Pokemon did you receive? Well, that was all of them. So if you could scroll back and rewatch it, you would know. But I can't remember it all off the top of my head. I'm just sad that we didn't get a single black label. It's too bad. Because I probably sent them my better looking cards. And still no 10s. Tells you how rough it is. It's real rough. Actually, you know, I feel like tag grading is a great representation of how tough it is to get a good card. Because I've graded like 900 cards with tag grading, and out of that 900, I've gotten only 3 pristines from tag. I think their pristine is similar to a black label, and Do you have any Lincoln Zelda slabs? I do, actually. Yes, I do. We took a picture of it in Discord last night. There you are. I'm sorry you had a rough batch. Maybe some better luck in the future. I'm not giving up on Beckett, obviously. Beckett's an important company. There we go. All right. So we also have some cards priced in here, too, like this tag card. Here's a tag 10 for 34 bucks. So some nice stuff here. Oh, I did not check. Sorry. No, you're fine. There'll be more, I'm sure, more of these Zelda cards priced up. Okay, so that round of shipping is completed. We also have an order from Carlos Sura, who wants the Manga Nami. Oh, yes. So here it is. That's the new Manga Nami break. It started yesterday. Here it is, Carlos Sura. You're the first one in. Carlos Sura first. Do you use FedEx or do you ship with USPS? Great question. I use USPS when I do my shipping. Here we are. I've tried using FedEx, but they want to charge a much higher price than USPS. I don't know why. Real pricey. I wonder if I could use AI to find the cheapest shipping strategy for international. Okay. I'm going to type in mango. Okay. Mango break. First one in. So there we go. We've got Manga Break working once again for one piece. I think there's a very compelling case to getting a spot in here if you love One Piece, because it's better, in my opinion, than chasing after the card in the raw booster packs. Those booster packs are treacherous. You can open up box after box after box, and it turns out the whole case that you're in just doesn't have a manga card in it. So the odds are just terribly low when you're trying to pull those. Oh, yes, this is a giveaway. Let's prop this up real fast. Let me get this reset. I'm resetting the giveaway for you guys. Did you know pirate shipping? ChatGPT says AGS is the future of grading due to alien tech AIQQ. What? Yeah. I mean, it's not impossible for any company to try and take some market share away from PSA, but whatever they work on, PSA can just mimic it. You know, that's the truth. So whatever they develop, AI's got enough money, I'm sure, to mimic it. AI can be like, hey, or PSA can be like, hey, we can do that. All right, cool. Happy Thursday, by the way, guys. Jack Woodworth wants $40 for the Celebration Pikachu Tag 8. A Celebration Pikachu Tag 8. Is that in Discord or is it on the table? You guys got to help me out these days. Is it like this one? No, because this is... Is that really 20 bucks? I guess that's 20 bucks. That doesn't feel right. Huh. It must be in here. Jack Woodworth. Oh, ×2. Okay, they're both yours. All right, here you go, Jack. Was my price wrong on these? Why were they only $20? I still don't get that. Hold on, where's my cell phone at? Where'd I set the cell phone down at? Oh my gosh, did I set it down somewhere stupid? Oh, it's in my pocket. That's so weird. It just doesn't feel like it should be that cheap. Let me look it up. 20 bucks seems really cheap for those, because I know as a 10 they sell for so much money. PSA 8. When I priced them, I was like, I couldn't believe it that they were so cheap. Celebrations, Pikachu. I just have to double check. Oops. It's so super hard to believe they're this cheap, but nope, they're really that cheap. All yours, man. Whew. Cool. Well, I would say that's probably a good deal on those. That's like an underpriced card. Because we know as a 10, they sell for bonkers amounts of money. Sometimes that's a sign that a lot of them grade at 8. Here you go, Jack. All yours. Okay. Have you heard of the new company called BBC Big Grading Card Collection? Mr. Any idea why PSA never used the pristine tag? I don't know. Maybe because they're the best company and they feel like they shouldn't change up their formula. That's probably it. They probably feel like they should just keep doing it the way they've been doing it. So they don't want to. It's kind of like Japan. Like if you're ahead, don't change anything. Stay the course. Or Coca-Cola, right? Like why change the Coca-Cola formula when you're already the top soda company. Don't change your flavor. So that's probably it. The BGS Gem Mint is sort of like this grade that encompasses a lot of grades. It's like it counts as a perfect, it counts as a pristine, and it counts as a Gem Mint. I don't know if that's for the best. If I have a card I send to PSA that is near perfect, I would love for them to be able to tell everyone that, like, hey, see this card in particular? It's near perfect. Here's Pikachu VMAX for 105. That's a good price. Look at this card. This is a good price. That's the VMAX Surfing Pikachu, only 105 for now. I think that's a great price. So Dallas Willis is next. He needs 3 packs of Star Wars Chrome. We got 1 pack. All right, 2 and 3. There we go. You know, I ought to take a day and open up. Well, first of all, I got to order more of them. I had to order a couple more boxes of Topps Chrome Star Wars. Then I ought to take a day and do a big Star Wars submission so that we got Star Wars in the mix. You know, Star Wars slabs in the mix. PSA should come out with a red label to compete with black label. Would be a money printer. Well, all of their cards are red label. Okay, we got 1 Hoochie. Okay, there's Chuck Me Daddy, there's Yoga, and here's Lando. Okay, Code Black. Lando Calrissian, he was a cool character. Too bad he was a backstabber. Okay, now we've got the Troopers. Got some spaceships. Darth Vader on his spaceship, which is mega cool. Ooh, and a numbered card. So this is going to say Darth Revan. Ooh, very cool. So you pull 1 numbered Darth Revan. That's awesome. Okay. Hello, sir. Is the Surfing Pikachu promo priced? That one right, this one right here? The Surfing Pikachu promo. What is he referring to? You have another numbered card in here. You got the football. Hey, let's make him a football. Here's Watto. He's definitely not Jewish. Here's this great scene. And then this appears to be, it was supposed to be like a orange border card almost. It looks like it's really off center. And it's Anakin Skywalker and his mother. Ah, what a sad thing. All right. Okay, wow. So you really think about it, the basis of Anakin Skywalker was that, you know, some evil force in the world tore his mother away from him, and, you know, it really messed him up, right? That was what made him susceptible to the dark side. There you go. He's not that bad. Now he's relatable. Toss this away. They do that with the bad guy somewhat, but he's a good character because he's sort of like that certain type of evil, whereas Palpatine's just supposed to be pure evil, right? So it's, you know, it works. It works. All right. Palpatine's just evil for its own sake. He doesn't need a reason. He has no redeemable qualities. I feel like that's really important for stories, because too often we make the relatable bad guy. Oh, well, you know, he had to be a bad guy. Yeah, we do that. Actually, he's just misunderstood. We do that a lot with stories these days. Too much, perhaps. It was a clever invention at some point, and now it's not so clever. Now I feel like we need really evil bad guys again. Bad guys that just make you go, yeah, this guy needs to die. The side loader. Remember when Amazon Lord of the Rings tried to humanize the orcs, making them have babies? Oh, right. Interesting, huh? Yeah, people were complaining about that. Some people were saying that it's a real thing in the story. Other people were saying, nah, the orcs were made, they're corrupted elves. They were made by the bad guy. So I didn't really care that much in the end. I was like, who cares? There we go. But I didn't watch that at all. I didn't watch the Amazon version at all. I saw the previews for it, and I immediately said that this is ruined. There we go. All right. I didn't need to watch it. Here's Dallas. Mr. Dallas. It all leads to the sequels. No! Here we are. Okay. I'll be back for the nighttime stream. I'll check this for the price on the AZX. All right, AZX. Thank you so much. Dallas Willis. He's opening up all our Star Wars cards right now. You know, you make me remember, Dallas, that we do not have a break for the Star Wars cards. Maybe we should have a break for the Star Wars cards. Okay, so Pat Gibbs is the last order in the queue. He wants 2 Pokey Shuffles. You got it, Pat Gibbs, 2 Pokey Shuffles. Thank you, Mr. Pat. 1, 2, 3. Boop, boop, boop. 2 Pokey Shuffles. Die Hard villains. There we go. 2 cold ones. All right, there we have it. 2 cold ones. Whew. Remember, it all leads to the sequels. I'll be back for the nighttime stream. Remember when Ellie from The Last of Us was going to be a father? I'm going to be a father. So that's it. All right, I had fun. See you guys later. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, the queue is empty. You know, we cut the last night's stream short because the queue is empty. And for this daytime stream, we have so many slabs to price. I could probably sit here for 3 or 4 hours doing nothing but pricing slabs. But let's go ahead and get started on that, huh? So here's that waifu break. It's clearly a slow week again. We're in a slow week last week, and we're in a slow week this week. And what stands out to me is this is the launch of the new Pokemon game. People are now playing Legends CA. And as usual, everyone's complaining about the launch of this Pokemon game. I'm seeing so many people. First of all, there's a lot of mixed reviews. A lot of 7s and 8s being handed out for this game. And those reviewers, especially the people who get it early, are probably terrified of Pokemon cutting them out of that early review access. So, if somebody's doing an early review, 100%, it's not a real review. 100%. These guys are basically paid actors by Nintendo in order to review the game and give it a favorable review. That's the point. And so you have to find somebody who's not being coddled by the industry to get a true review from them. So the earliest reviews are going to be the highest quality, not the highest quality, the highest rated reviews as well. Meaning that, the earliest reviews for Pokemon Legends, if they're handing out an 8, if it's an 8 by the critic at the beginning, it's probably more like a 6 from the audience. It's the way that I see it anyways. You don't have to agree with me, but that's the way I see it. I immediately chalk it down a number or 2. I go, okay, so IGN says 8, that means it's a 7. And yeah, I've seen the graphics. The graphics are utterly terrible on this game. I have my copy coming tomorrow. I can't play it today because I don't have it yet. But I have a fresh Switch, and I have a copy coming tomorrow. I'll be sure to give it a spin. And maybe we'll even bring the handheld over here and play it live so you guys can get a sense of it. But every time, and we've been doing this a long time now. We've been streaming for a long time. Every time a brand new Pokemon game comes out, there is a pattern where people just stop buying Pokemon cards. And again, my theory for this is everyone's enjoying the game and they don't feel like they need to open or collect cards now. So they're getting their dopamine from the game. So it's a really fascinating thing. Card sales suffer during the launch of a fresh game, which is ironic because it's a love of Pokemon that drives all the card sales. It looked like a Switch 1 Sword and Shield game from the get-go. Yeah, so it always looked like it had bad graphics. I feel like, it's 2025. Pokemon's absurdly valuable, absurdly profitable, and they still can't get a higher quality game out. It's just disgustingly bad. So you're hearing about a lot of people pirating the game. I don't condone the pirating of the game, mainly because that's illegal. So don't do anything illegal, guys. But you hear about a lot of people pirating the game, and I get it, at least. Like, I get why they're doing that. Like, probably, first of all, just to save some money, but just in protest, just not to, reward Nintendo with such a ridiculous value proposition where it's like, here's the game. We sort of worked on it. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude. All right, so Jack Woodworth says, for Ivan Rodriguez, energy card donation. Here it is. So this will go up to $40. Mr. Ivan Rodriguez is a little ill, and people are giving some money to him. That's really nice. Jack Woodworth. All right, there we have it. So that's Jack Woodworth, $40. It's all the hardcore fans that can't afford the games, but that's how they show loyalty. DLC for the cool monsters. Is Nintendo still operating on 64 bits? It feels that way. They should just go back to the 2D graphics, way more enjoyable. I completely agree with you on the 2D graphics. I miss the Game Boy style games. That was the fun way to play it. And they went to 3D, and it just doesn't feel like Pokemon anymore. It has not felt like Pokemon ever since then. All right, we have a completely empty queue. What card would you guys like to see priced up? We got a ton of cards now, ton of BGS, ton of tag. I can just randomly choose. So these square cut cards are now very special. We have square cut cards where they just are authentic, and that's it. Last time they said authentic altered, which doesn't even make sense. How can that make sense? Authentic, altered, it's a contradiction. They were authentic from the get-go, and the BGS grader that time just didn't know what to do with it. That was what was going on. So now we've got a whole bunch of these, and they've just got normal grades on them. So we're going to be asking probably a more normal price, but let's do a little research on them. The square cut cards, you may want the better ones. Like this Rhydon is going to be more popular perhaps than Weeping Bell. Okay, so jungle, square, cut, Rhydon. There are approximately 0 of them for sale graded. Let me check sold. Cool. So I have a really exclusive item here. So I remember before 2025, one of these square cuts would sell for about 100. So we will be setting this up at around $200 now as an error card or as a square cut card. That didn't get the OC grade? Yeah, I suppose it didn't. I think once again, the grader probably wasn't 100% sure how to handle this card, but it is a real card. They really encapsulated it and handed it a grade. This is for somebody who is a error collector. And I think it's a very good proposition now. There it is. So there's Rhydon. He's going to be $200. Here's Firo. You know, I need to go get some more of these large sleeves out. Table's running out of the large sleeves. Got a lot of stickers too. Okay. What card did you guys see come back from BGS or tag that you are really excited for and would like to see me grade? Anything? Is it possible to buy the Jack of Diamonds with Link, and instead of opening for Halo or something else, is the 4 Club Charmander okay to get instead? I'm very confused with this question. Oh, I see what you mean. A replacement for the Halo card. I see what you mean now. And you would like it to be the Jack of Diamonds Link and the 4 of Club Charmander. No, the Charmander, I will have to actually sell that 4 of Clubs Charmander. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the PSA 10 Charmander? That guy's actually got to sell for cash. But I can help you acquire a fresh lenticular Master Chief if that's what you would prefer. So we could do that. We could do store credit. I would do, gosh, I don't know, man. You know, it's so unfortunate what has happened with that package. Give it slightly more time. This lady, she didn't respond. I don't think she's going to respond, though. That's the thing. I don't think she cares because her customer's not complaining. God, that sucks so much, dude. I wonder if I can contact that guy by mail. So you actually have the address of the person who received your cards. That invoice for the creams or whatever they are, that invoice gives you the address of the guy who's probably got your cards. And we could send him a letter in the mail saying, hey, can you please forward this? We've got your item. We'll forward it to you. And if he's not interested in the cards, he might actually respond. He might be like, oh, cool, I can just forward these and he'll forward my item. So we might actually be able to fix it by contacting, I think his name was like Ooh, right? So we might actually be able to fix that issue if we worked on that together. I don't want to give up on it too soon because it's such a nice solid chunk of money that your cards are worth. So I think the next step is we need to try and reach directly out to the guy who likely has those cards. We need to send him a letter in the mail. That's the next step, okay? Let's see. Let's go ahead and put a price on this now. You ready? We're going to say $150 on the Firo. Very nice. Okay. I have a feeling Black Star promos are getting so pricey lately and rare. Okay. I'll buy the link anyways. Oh, sounds good. So you're wanting to acquire the link, And then we need to contact by mail the guy who likely has your cards and ask if he can contact us and if he can forward them. I'll even offer him a reward because, you know, it's not just the Master Chief card. There's a couple other cards in there too, and it would be nice to just try and acquire all of them back. He might respond. If he's a good person, he might respond. Some people do. All right. So let's jump over here. Let's see. Clicking on this. Can you price the birthday Pikachu and the Magneton promo from the BGS return? Now, when you say promo, I'm not sure what you mean by the promo. I know we had a lot of Magnetons that were not promos, but I don't remember one that was a promo. So let's grab this. So there's the Celebrations Pikachu you're referring to. He's a 9.5, and what we'll be looking for is the price of another 9.5. Very nice. Okay. Pikachu birthday. Let's see. Celebrations. Pikachu. Pikachu. What's his number? Number 24? Let's type in 24. So the cheapest 9.5 for this English Pikachu is 120. So he's actually a pricier card. So he's a crack then. We want to break him out. We're going to break him out and send him off to PSA or tag or something. Wow, he's so clean. It's such a clean card. I can't believe that this got a 9.5. Wow. It's such a clean card. It's so disappointing. I thought the Magneton was a promo in English. Oh, I see what you're saying. But did I have the English one or did I have the Japanese one? Okay. Actually, let's go ahead and come in with the screwdriver on this. Okay. Maybe the centering. BGS slabs are pretty susceptible to the screwdriver method. So this Pikachu shall be regraded because he's in a higher tier of value, and he's probably going to come back 10. I don't even think I need to take a picture of this. I think it's just going to, it probably is just going to come back 10. It's sad that your job as a card grader is to just crack a whole bunch of slabs back out of their cards, back out of their slabs, and resubmit them to a different company these days. You know? Doesn't feel right, does it? Something about it starts to get annoying. Do you still have somewhere Surfing Pikachu celebrations? Yes, we have 2 of them, I think. There we go. Very nice. Okay. That must have been one very good-looking birthday Pikachu, and it's still graded. Freaking, it's upsetting, isn't it? All right, we'll send this one off to PSA. Why PSA? Because if he's a higher tier card, PSA is probably going to sell the easiest. You know, with tag grading, I think tag grading is really good for like these cheap cards where nobody's really worried about the resellability of it. We got these beautiful. This is in a group, by the way. Look at this. So we got these 3 right here. Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur. Tag grading's clearly got really tough grading. And look at that. You can get these 3 together. So nice. We'll try to save some of the high-end cards for just PSA. Here's Delphox, here's Gengar, and here's Surfing Pikachu, 130. Beautiful. How much is that middle finger Dragonite? Middle finger Dragonite. This guy? 35 bucks. Okay, we have an order. Joshua Ramos. $10 to my Slabaway. You got it, Josh. Okay, Josh. Let's see, ready to click on this. This goes to 45. Boop. Good. I'll grab it tomorrow. You'll grab it tomorrow. Let's see. So that's taken care of. Sorry about that. Got a little distracted. Here's 1 Raw Shuffle and 2 Ancient Roars. Ooh, 1 Raw Shuffle. Ooh. Ready? So these are the Raw Shuffle booster packs. Good. They work just like the Poke Shuffle. Each time one is ordered, we go by 3, goes to the back, and then this becomes yours. There it is. See what happens this time. That's a cold pack. That is a cold pack. So there are a mix of cold packs and hot packs, and it really does work like the Poke Shuffle, meaning that for $10 a round, there could be 6 cold rounds, and then there could be 1 hot round worth $70. So that's exactly how it could work, okay? So there should be more cold packs in here than hot packs, but that's the fun part of it, because eventually you hit one of the hits. Joshua Ramos. We did have a Burger Chew in there, and we had to put some more stuff in there too. Tossing that away. Joshua. 2 Ancient Roars. I don't remember what's all in there anymore, because I invented them a while back, and then I shifted them into the clear packs, but I didn't really take stock of what was in there. But I think it's probably about time to start adding more stuff to that Raw Shuffle. Go. You got your 2 Ancient Roars. I have an Ancient Mew CGC 8.5. How much would it be to crack in, send it to tag? Oh, it's with me. And it's what? It's a CGC? I'll crack it for $5. Oh, I love this Magby. He's so cute. Love that Magby. It's adorable. Oh, Serena. I'll grab it today, so it's not here tomorrow. There we go. Joshua Ramos. Mr. Josh. Let's go grab your box, your bag. Thank you so much. We got these lovely, probably underpriced 8.5s. Let me take another look at this. Does it really deserve an 8? What's wrong with this card? You know, it's very subtle. The issues on the back. I think I need to get a microfiber cloth and use it to clean these slabs if they ever get like fingerprints on them or anything. There we go. No progress on the Mega Evo list? No progress. If you wish, you can jump back off of it, by the way. Did you guys know that? When you're on a list, if you don't like it anymore, you can leave it. So you can have your $40 back. That would leave just Alicia in there. I think in that case, I would probably cancel the break. All right, so Ancient Origins. We got a $280 vintage box break. This is a really good value, in my opinion, the Ancient Origins break coming up. You could pull a $6,000 Rayquaza out of here. So there's some big hits in there. Here is the 151 surprise case break. It's a case break. So we crack out a fresh case. Everyone gets 1 box. And we're up to 10 out of 20. Here's the thing. It's got a deadline. So it's not like a usual break. It has to be done by October 19th. If it's incomplete, we open it anyways. So, you know, if we only get up to like 12 people, that means 12 boxes get open, okay? That's the 151 surprise case break. Those boxes that remain in the case will not necessarily go up for sale afterwards. So, you know, waiting out the break isn't an effective method for like searching or anything like that. Would you make me an offer to swap away these 2 surfing Pikachus? How much would I need to pay now? If you want both of them, it would just be a $20 fee and a $20 down payment, and I can totally package them together for you. But as for the price, they're going to stay the same price. Those are some high-quality 10s, so they're just going to be sold at full price. We are, because we get, Lord knows, we get plenty of 9s. So when we do have a nice 10, we've got to sell them for the full price. We get plenty of 9s. All right, happy Thursday, everybody. We are going through lots of slabs. We got tons of slabs. 3 days until surprise. Yep. Can we keep the pack art for what? For the Ancient Origins? Absolutely. Mr. Jonas, Link Diamond card. All right, Link. So would he be in here? Let's see where he's at. Here's the Link heart. Here's Link Clover. You want the Link Diamond card. What is Link Diamond? Was there another one? Diamond, huh? I'm not sure I know what you mean. Was there a diamond? Let's see. Well, it's not in here. Where did you see this card, Mr. Jonas? Where did you find it for sale? You said you found a Link Diamond for sale. That's a Clover, and that's a heart. There's a Diamond Link. Can you tell me where it got posted? Did it get posted in the Discord server? Maybe it is in the Discord server. Hold on. That's right, because we had some we took pictures of earlier. So that would have been maybe earlier. Let's see. Ah, yeah, there are some diamond cards from way back. Let's see. There he is. Okay, I found him. So we're going to say Link sold. Link sold. Okay, and so he's probably in this box. That's what's going on. These haven't been sorted yet. Ah, yeah, there's that Link Diamond, or the Diamond Ganondorf, I should say. Ugh. And there you go. He's all yours. So that means we've got two more. For those of you also interested in one of these strangely affordable, but very authentic and very old poker cards. So these are $40 a piece, and we got two more links available. There's also Ganondorf, and there's ZELLE. So those are all available. Here you go, Mr. Jonas. Jonas Gordon, right? Let me make sure I spell your last name right. Okay. Gordon with an E. Gordon. So Jonas, the lady has not responded from eBay. She probably doesn't care. You know why she probably doesn't care? Because her customer's not complaining. Meaning that, let's say that her customer received your Pokemon cards because the labels got swapped by the shipping companies. The guy who received your cards hasn't contacted her and complained about receiving your cards. So our next step probably should be to write him a letter. That's the next step, is we should write him a letter. Maybe, I don't know how much it costs for you to write him a letter. It might cost you less money to write him a letter than it cost me. But basically, we'd want to write a letter and leave some contact information, like our email, our phone number, and say, hey, we believe you received, our trading cards, and I've got your product as well. Would you do me a favor and help correct this issue? That'd be the right thing to do. That's what you want to say. Because people, they really feel that when you tell them, the right thing to do is to correct it. And he might actually respond and be like, yep, I got your cards. Just tell me where to ship them, and I'll, you can ship my stuff. Zelda's nice too. Yeah, the Zelda's nice. We got a couple, we got Ganondorf and Zelda and all the other ones too. So, and by the way, these need to be sorted correctly. They go in here, they go into else. Do it in a ransom font. I know where you live. I know you've got my Pokemon cards. You will return them. Here's NHCC. Now, NHCC, for the Charizard that's getting cracked out of the slab, I owe you for that, don't I? That's that's a store credit on the Charizard, correct? Let me go grab them. Let's take a quick look at them. So we're on an NHCC order. All right, I'm back. Bloop. Turn this down a little bit. All right, so what are we looking at here? So here's your Tauros. And if I recall, we didn't put the QR on it. Now, I suppose if you really want the QR, you could always try to print a little sticker out for yourself and just put it onto the plastic slab. Here's this Charizard. He was getting cracked out. All right, let's finish it up. Let's finish it. Why didn't we finish it earlier is my question. Oh, it looks like it's almost done anyways. TCC grading is still totally possible. We have the equipment, we have the holders, we have the encapsulator, we have the software. It's all ready to go. There's just one thing we don't have, and that is a lot of free time. There we go. Still holding on here. There it goes. Okay, it's letting go. Now, if you wish, I can send this off to grade with another company, okay? We are. Or you can have a refund on the total amount it cost to encapsulate this, since it did not get finished. I don't mind fixing that for you. There it goes. We couldn't send this to tag grading because tag grading doesn't do Korean. Okay. Finished that. I sent for the top load. There. Okay, perfect. It's a nice card. All right. Let's go ahead and slide it into here. There we go. And let's grab another one of these baggies. You know what I'd have? I'd have just a separate trash bag that does nothing but these slabs. I like to put the plastic into these baggies so that when it goes in the trash can doesn't fill up with shards or anything. Keeps things a little more clean. Like a disposable baggie. But I crack so many slabs these days, we ought to just have a... There we go. Okay, there we go. Ah, nice. Pokemon card fits in here much softer than that thick Topps card. All right. Where's my roller? It's here somewhere, isn't it? Oh, there it is. So hard to find it sometimes. So this roller's dead. It needs... I need a fresh roller for sure. Get some of these shards of plastic, which are almost certainly not healthy for me. A little plastic in your lives, guys. Lot in mine. SC the refund. Sounds good. So is it like, it was like 40 bucks, right? I think it's 40. It's like 40 or 39 or something. So I don't want you to miss out on any store credit at all, Mr. NHCC. First of all, let's see if you've already got a card. I don't want you to miss out on any store credit you're owed. Here we are. So you've got this card right here. $292, $332. Okay, we're going to add 40 to that. I'm not going to start you a new card. We're just going to add 40 in. This will say 332, 372. Okay, the Charizard's accounted for. Let me know if there was anything else I owed you. I'll make sure you get it, okay? It's important to me that you get everything you're owed. All right. Now this will go carefully back into your bag, which we have moved. It's over here now. All right. Okay. If you decide, we can totally send that off to PSA. That's probably what I would do with it. Set this over here. And then this Tauros is still in good condition, see? So I'll go put this into your box right now. So that's fun. You walk away with a nice Tauros in the end. All right, so that's in your box now. And now let's take another look at that order. What were we doing today? Okay, I cannot find the list for Dragon Ball. Ooh. So Dragon Ball is in the extended menu, and we have 3 items for Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Z, the Manga Booster, which is $6 a pack. Beyond Generations, which is $5 a pack. And History of Z, which is $12 a pack. Excuse me. All right. So he wants into the Nami break and the Burger Chew break. The $1 for top loading. That needs to be correct. So I believe you gave me too much money for this round. He wants into the McDonald's break, which is over here, and the Nami break, which is over here. So this is only $30 actually. So you should have $10 left over. Here we are. Yes. So we're gonna say NHCC and NHCC. There it goes. Nami One Piece. I wish I knew which other mangas to go after. Maybe I should go after raw versions of the mangas and take a big risk and grade it myself. Are you the first one in here? I guess you're the first one in here. That's kind of surprising. That Pikachu went off twice, so this is our 3rd round with that Pikachu. He appears to be very popular. Okay, so this is the Pikachu manga break. There it is. Ooh, mangoes. I haven't seen those DBZ cards before. What was the cost for them? Yes, so once again, the $6 card would have been manga. The $5 pack would have been Beyond Generations. And the $12 pack is Legend of Z. Okay, so now we've got... Oh, and was there anything else? Okay, perfect. So we took care of Mr. NHCC. Now we've got Mr. Bill Barron. 2 packs of the Fleer Masterpiece. Ooh, Fleer Masterpiece. Okay, which is way over here. Can we reach it? Just barely reach that. And hold on. This mostly empty box slid down. The Simpsons. We got some Simpsons. You want some Simpsons? Okay. Here's the Fleer. Boom. Perfect. I'll put Fleer back in here. All right, Hildebrandt Brothers, 1994 Marvel Masterpiece. 2 Fleer packs. Am I in the Mystic Cubone break? Oh, was that one of the questions in the order? I bet you I missed that. Hold on. Am I in the Mystic Cubone break? I'm so stupid. Okay, so here's the Waifu break. Really nice card, by the way, guys. I don't think you are, because I think the first purchase was for both spots, wasn't it? Let me see. So that's the Bounty. Here's the booster pack break, the staff break, the Waifu break. Oh, you are. Oh, it was you and Andrew Martin. Okay, so you guys started the Waifu break. Nice. Ooh, very nice. Just found your channel. You're like the NPR of Pokemon channels. I love it. I can't do the over-the-top theatrics. Oh, yeah. Energy. Here we go. You ready? That's funny, man. Okay, let's snip it. Very nice. I can't believe it. We did it. It can explode. All right. What we got? Real Breaking Nate. All right, Nate gang. I remember actually when I first started Pokemon cards, which was a while ago now, when I first started it back up and I started watching some of their content, I was like, oh my God, dude, this is unwatchable. Okay, so hold on. Wait a second. Where's the signature? Oh, it was hard to see. Okay, you got a nice one. You got a Black Widow signature. It is. Okay, lovely. Yeah, we're getting close to 100,000. I'm really excited for that. A lot of that, by the way, just comes from the shorts. We do really good on the shorts. Look at that. Ooh. Very nice. Go ahead and put these away. And what do we have here? We've got Shatterstar, Blood Axe, Cyclops. I almost called him Dusclops. I had to stop myself. Here's the Werewolf. Ah, you're going to have the Hulk Hollow. Beautiful. Okay, Cable, Blaze, Warlock. Cool, man. Okay. I was told my Siggy hit the 10. It hit the what? The gritty? Good. Ooh, very good. And here's the Werewolf. Oh, hook hollow. I'll take it. Yeah, it's nice, man. All right, perfect. So get some beautiful cards here out of these old Marvel Fleer cards. Mr. Bill, let's go find your bag. Bryce, Brady, Bill Barron. All right. There we go. I got one Misty spot, says Andy. Oh, we need to mark up this McDonald's Pikachu, too. He's got one person in it. McDonald's Pikachu. That was one of the fastest moving breaks over the last couple days. Here is Articuno. Here is Delphox. And here is Chespin. Ah, very nice. We have an order. Mr. Jonas, History of Z, Dragon Ball ×4. Okay. History of Z ×4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta-da! There they are. Dragon Ball. We don't have too many Dragon Ball fans in our channel. Do you guys think that's because we don't cater to them enough? Or do you think it's because Dragon Ball's not opened as fervently anymore? There we go. There we go. All right. When is the next PSA tag submission going out? Yep. It's they're definitely going out. It's a new month of October, and we're still on a similar schedule where about once a month we send it all out. Here we are. We got Son Gohan, and here's still time to jump into them if you got a card. Here's Cell Military Terror Creation. There we go. Tend to work on them on the weekends. But yeah, we like there to be a little bit of time in between each submission. Dragon Ball is pretty cool. I've considered it. We need Dragon Ball music. TRG, what's good, brother? There we go. That's for our friend, Mr. Jonas. Thank you so much, Jonas. Really appreciate it, man. Yeah, Jonas, if we can't get the cards back from Becker or whatever his name was, if we can't get those cards back from him directly, the next step will be you can either have a big store credit for the Master Chief guy, or I can try to restock them for you somehow. I think I might be able to just pull them out of a box. That's the thing about those lenticulars. They're not actually that rare. So he's really expensive, but he's not that rare. They come out of a box guaranteed. Those lenticulars are a guaranteed pull, if you didn't know that. And their pull rate is, because of the size of the box, is 1 in 6. So every 6 packs, you get 1 lenticular. But I don't know. He wants a lot of money for that lenticular. Maybe that's just the price of it, which sucks for me. But I want to keep you happy too. So here we are. Maybe I need to make a claim with USPS by now. I don't know if they would cover it even. Thing is, it will be difficult to make a claim, because if we didn't claim that the value of the box we shipped to you was $250, they're probably not gonna, you know what I'm saying? They're not gonna cover it. All right, these are sorted now. So Hisuian Voltorb, that goes in the A box. Horsey, Kingdra, those go in the A box. Right, so like when we shipped you your box, we didn't claim $250 for the Halo card. And so as a result of that, if we try to make a claim, they're going to be like, well, that's not what it said on the box. So that is the pickle we're in. All right, let's grab this. But if I max declare your package, then you guys pay a ton of taxes when it comes in. So it's it's better for the lower declarations. I actually feel it's not your fault. We can just leave it. We'll probably never get it. No, we'll keep working on it. I don't want to give up on it too soon. That's the thing. When a package goes missing, it's very easy to get disheartened and to give up on it. Our next step, we want to definitely contact that guy who it probably went to. Ooh, here's a nice Halo break, guys. Okay. So we're making a little room on the table for some fresh slabs to get priced up. I definitely want to keep working on it. Here's Arturo Perez, Toward My Slabaway. You got it, Mr. Arturo, with an A. Going to be in Slabaway. All right, we've got this coming down to 130. Boom. All right, that's 130. Now we have an order from Hathim, 2 Chinese Gem 2. The Chinese Gem 2s. Hathim's doing the card counting. He knows these are hot, right? All right, let's see what happens. What's up, sexy mister? You look like a lady. What? You are? So Karis's friend kind of crashed into our home today. She just showed up. I opened the door. She was like, oh, hey, it's me. I've never met her before. Look at that. It was right around the corner. Wow, you're a thief, dude. All right, so there's that. And here are these as well. But anyway, so Karis's friend Alyssa showed up with like a stuffed animal. And she just kind of jumped right into the house. She just kind of pushed right in. And yeah, she didn't wait for me to invite her in. Here it is. It's kind of funny. It is very nice. Ooh. Okay, with an H, you're going to be right over here. No, wait, we gave you a box. That's what we did. But she had brought, I guess her aunt came over. Her aunt seemed really cool. 6 is going to be so mad. 6 might have helped you acquire that one a little bit. It's a treacherous channel with snipers around every corner. All right, let me have a sip of my drink here. I went on a nice healthy walk today. What about you guys? I went on about a, I would say probably about 45-minute walk. But you know, the sun was up, and got a nice walk in the sun. That's exactly what my doctor wants me doing. Our doctor told me I wasn't getting enough sunlight. Isn't that crazy? Told me that like 2 months ago, and I'm still not getting that much. So, Joshua Gutierrez, he says, paying off Ninetales. You got it, Josh. Joshua Gutierrez. And that is... There it is. From May. Whoa! From May last year. No, from May this year. I get you. Okay, I got you. So, PSA 10 Ninetales. Let's go grab it. Really? It's not in here? Maybe it's still sitting in the box then. So we have the sort of like, we have the Slabaway box near, oops, the box right next to us that we use as an intermediary space. Okay, ready? Let's see. How do I do this quickly? So many slabs in here. Oh, somebody actually got one of these Gengars from me for only 900. Wow. It's pretty good. It's because I graded some and I got one back and it graded 10. Look, somebody has this Shining Steelix too. Gotta be in here, huh? We had to empty this box out. Joey Maycumber has this Tifa card. Oh, is this it? Oh, yeah. Did that move up? I bet that Ninetales moved up, didn't it? Cardos Ninetales, huh? I'm curious. I'm always curious about the outcome on these. He got it back in May, so there's a chance it went up. The Leafeon is a good birthday present. Yeah? By the way, if you're seeing any slabs up on this table that you would like to trade for, just let me know. I'd be happy to trade you anything out of your bag for some of these slabs. I'm very open. Like this, let's say you want this Psyduck, but you don't want to spend $45 of cash on it. You could spend $45 of ungraded cards. I'm totally open-minded to that. I just got way too many. Wait, where did I put it? Oh my God, I put it back in the box. I think I put it back in the box like an idiot. Oh my God, dude. What have I done? Okay, hold on. Well, I know what I'm looking for now. God, I'm dumb. I know I'm looking for a Cardos card. Did I put it back in the bag? Back in the box. Misty, Venusaur, Sylveon. I think I put it back in here. Did I put it right at the very end? Must have grabbed it without noticing. Oh, no? Oh, I put it here. I see. All right. I thought I put it back in the box, but in fact, I had placed it off to the side in an odd spot. All right. Nine Tails Cardos. Congratulations. It's a beautiful card. Congratulations on it. Bloop. That's for Joshua Gutierrez. He just finished a Slabaway. Good job, man. DHL, on-demand delivery. Cool. Guess that's good. Here's Jack Woodworth. He says $35 for Ancient Mew to tag only if worth it, in your opinion, says Jack. I think Jack has just ordered a, I think he just ordered for me to grab a slab out of the delivery area, the shipping area for him, crack it out of that, and then send it off to tag. Is that right? Ancient Mew. Let's start by grabbing one of these cute little magnetons and pricing this up again. Let's get one of these up here. Hey, what's up, Dan? It's nice to see you, Dan. So here's a Super Electric Breaker 9.5 magneton. Probably going to be real cheap. In this case, I don't think there's any point for me cracking these because by the time I have regraded them, I will have lost all the value. Okay, I think. Well, hold on. There's only one for sale for $100. I figured this would be like a $30 slab. How much do these actually cost? Ended recently. Okay, so it last sold on October 4th for about $40, but that's the last sold. And there's one for sale for $100. Let me see what the PSA 10 version of this goes for. Maybe these are worth cracking. Okay, oh, give me a second. Let's type in PSA 10. It'll be really sad if I should have sent these. Oh my gosh, they sell for like... They're selling for like $80 with the PSA 10. Oh my God, I wasted all my time sending these to Beckett. So these are all potentially worth cracking and sending off to PSA. Let me think. There's an equation to these. So I think, okay, so if I crack this and send it off to PSA, and I've already spent X amount of money on it, plus the PSA cost. There is a price where instead of cracking this, I should sell it to you right now. You ready? So all right, so here's the price I'd like to sell this at. Otherwise, I should just be cracking these, okay? So Super Electric Breaker, 9.5, probably going to regrade into a 10 anyways. That's $50. So you get a lot cheaper here as a 9.5. Now, Jack Woodworth, I have to go get his slab, and I have to go crack it out. I'll be right back, guys. He says he's got CQC Ancient Mew. All right, here we are. So you want to cross this to tag. Whew. Ready? I would say your best shot is that it gets a 9. So, Jack, if you cross this into tag, if you're lucky, it gets a 9. It could get an 8. We could also document what it gets. It's a nice card. Did I sell this to you? That's the movie card. Yeah, it's a really nice card, isn't it? Do you wish to go through with this? It could get worse than an 8. Yeah, send it. Okay. So, let's get this out of here. So, Mr. Jack, by offering to have me send this, you understand that I may in fact ruin your card, and that if I ruin your card, you are not compensated for that. That is a part of the cracking process. CGC is one of the trickier slabs to crack, actually. Did you know that? Okay. So what I did there is I crushed that corner. Is that a 3D swirl? He's got a nice swirl on that one, yeah. Oh, wow. Wonderful. How do I get it out there now? Set this here. Just picking up this so I don't stab myself. All right. I want my other tool. Isn't that fun? This is so fun. This is why I don't like cracking slabs for myself even. We absolutely do not want to actually damage the card, because there's so much to lose if the card goes down from an 8. There it goes. That's why I like this tool. I think this tool is better than a screwdriver. Whew. All right. Okay, good. So that's what that looks like. See? Very clean, actually. All right. All right. So, let me wash my hands here. That's so nerve-wracking. Yeah, that is not ideal the way it broke. Actually, that's a lot of what we run into with cracking tag slabs. Those are really hard to crack. Tag slabs are really hard to crack. Here we go. You know what? So actually, you know what I'm seeing on this card? I actually have a different theory why it didn't grade 10. So my theory is it's actually this thing up here. Look, it's round on that corner, isn't it? Let me see if I can flatten that for you. I wonder if that's the reason why it has to be. Did you buy this from me? You bought this slab from me, huh? I actually remember these. There were a couple of these that had that exact issue. They had, we're spending too much time on this. Okay, let's see. How does that look now? Slightly better, actually. I remember this. I had a couple of these Mew cards like this. From a CGC return, you had 2 of them. Oh, wow, that's actually really good. Look at that. I made it kind of disappear there. Oh my God, if this grades 10 after that, I'm going to be so annoyed. All right, because that would suggest I could have done that. All right, let's see how that turns out. A little bit of a trickier crack there, but we got it good. Showed off the surface there. The surface looked completely untouched. That's a whole skill, you know, cracking slabs. Done it for a long time, so you kind of know what it feels like. It is possible for me to mess your slabs or your cards up though during the cracking process. So you guys have to accept that if you ever hire me to do it. All right, so it had a rounded corner, which you really could not see very well until it came out of the holder, because the holder kind of squishes the card. And so it was much more obvious by the time we were cracking it out of there. And I wonder if that was the main reason why it graded 8. So good luck, Jack. I want to take a picture of this too for our record. Have you ever messed up a card from a cracking? Yes. In fact, one of the worst cards I ever ruined, I was just going too fast, and I messed up it was some kind of Topps Chrome Charmeleon. It used to be a 10. It fell all the way down to a 7 after I messed it up. So I learned a lot from that. But I've messed up a couple cards before, usually just from being impatient. All right, so this is going to go into our regrades channel. And we're going to zoom in. Jack Woodworth. Regrading for Jack. It was a CGC 8.5 with slightly bent corner. Unbented. Sending to tag. Okay. There you go. So good luck. I hope it grades 10, actually. Or at least 9. We want to see a 9 as well. Okay, tossing that away. Yeah, that card lost me a lot of money, the one I was describing. Here's Mr. Jack. Says he'll actually take one of these magnetons. Here it is. All right. Mr. Jack. I sent all those guys off to CGC grading just for them to be worth like $80 with PSA. I could have just sent them all to PSA. It's so sad, dude. Joshua paid off his 9 tails. Good for you. Thank you so much. Clamp it. I'll send you a big tip if it grades 10. Oh, I like that. Okay, here's Bill Barron. Shipping. Shipping time for our friend, Mr. Bill. Okay, Bill. Howdy, folks. It's Tyler Hardister. Bill Barron. Now, you're not the Tyler who came down here and briefly did grading with me, right? There were a couple Tylers, but I don't think that was you, right? There were a bunch of Tylers. I remember you. You weren't him. You're a different Tyler. There was a time period where we had tons of Tylers, and one of them actually came down when we were hiring for the grading position. He came down. This was before John, and he graded with me briefly. There it is. I wonder whatever became of him. I gave you a shiny Mewtwo back in the day. Nice. Nice. Hey, mister, still no Rayquazas? You know, not really. Maybe I should refocus on Rayquazas. Kind of make a point that I don't have that Pokemon for sale very often. Here's this girl. Here's an 8.5 and here's a 9.5. Oh, but I need fat sleeves. Give me a second. I'm all out of fat sleeves. All right, we're running low on the fat sleeves. Gonna have to order more of those. Sleeves are no joke, man. Sleeves, penny sleeves, even these little Walmart baggies that I run out of. It all adds up to hundreds of dollars. It's really ridiculous. Okay. Most Rayquazas are either really expensive and not many people are looking for it, or they are all right and affordable. I can't wait for my next PSA return because it's going to have 2 Rayquazas in it. Not 1, but 2. But I'm probably keeping them. That's the problem. Probably keeping them. That got an 8.5, huh? Wonder if I could just regrade that and it would have a shot at like a 10. I don't know. You never know with grading companies these days, you know, the way they feel. The fact that you can send from one grading company to another and just get totally different graders with the different grading rubric and everything, you know, just a really stinky feeling. Like you can't tell how consistent the grade is. So first of all, we know this is going to be 50. Okay. Good. Okay, now we know that this one's going to cost probably like 25. One of the coolest looking Magnetons ever made, by the way. It's a cool card. And then this Scarlet Violet girl. Is the Radiant Gardevoir English or Japanese? That'll be Japanese. Okay, we're going to say, oops, we're going to say 9.5. Ionos, Wattrell. How many of you guys are playing the new Pokemon? How do you feel about it? So, according to this, this would be a $40 slab. Good. All right, there we go. Wow, that makes the table look really different. Mr. Jonas says 2, History of Dragon Ball Z. No problem. Let me go get a fresh box of that. We need a fresh box. Here we are. Fresh box time. Ugh. New Pokemon comes in tomorrow. I get it tomorrow as well. I've not played it yet. Some people are already playing it on their computer. They've pirated it. And they're saying stuff like, I'm glad I didn't pay for this. Yeah, I'm hearing some negative reviews. Okay. 1, 2. Good. Oh, yeah. Snip of this. Bojack Confrontation. And Vegeta Piccolo Survival Strategy. Ooh. I got the English Radiant Gardevoir from Lost Origin. What is the deal with the PSA 10 EX Deoxys Gold Star Rayquaza going for 1 million? I don't know about 1 million. It seems a bit too early for that card to sell for 1 million, because he was more like $100,000 card. I doubt he's 1 million now. Oh, by the way, somebody talked to me yesterday about the Legendary Collection cards that got graded by PSA and they had like white edging. That showed up in my feed today, and wow, I know what they're talking about now. It was wildly, wildly bad and still got a 10. Had to have definitely been a grading error. That's my opinion on it now. It was definitely not meant to get that 10. Here's a thim. Pre-grade the Chinese Leafy Blown. All right, you got it. People have too high of expectations. You might be right. It's got to be in here somewhere. Will Gold Star Rayquaza surpass first edition Charizard? I bet you it would. You know why? Because I feel like the base set is so boring, actually. It's a cool card set, very nostalgic, but it doesn't make you want to open your wallet and spend $1 million. Okay, I instantly think it won't get Black Label as slight off-centering between right and left. It has a frayed edge up here. Let me show you what that looks like when we zoom. Do you see that? So, my thoughts on the frayed edge. I actually do not know what grading companies do with that, but I know it's not. Oh, some white dots on the bottom there. Okay, so my thoughts on this now is that it will grade 9. There you go. All right. That was a pre-grade. Not only does he get a careful examination of the card, he gets to know if I think he'll grade Black Label. And then when it's over, I place a pre-grade grade on the card so that he can always look into his bag and know later what it got and not have to remember it. There it goes. So that's it. That one gets a 9 for having white dots on the bottom. Here's a TCC giveaway. You just have to type in TCC. Thim says, no! Yeah, I'm afraid so. We got a great Gengar break. I'd love to see this finish one day. It's 1 in 19 odds, huh? There it is. Okay, here's this. Let's go ahead and roll this. We got Oscar Resendez. Every time Pokemon releases a new game, there's a lot of critics. And I think that there's a lot of love for Pokemon, so it's very hard to take criticism. And actually, there's so much criticism and negativity that it gets kind of like boring. You get like criticism fatigue. Second shop of, we're gonna say call it second shop of. But the bottom line is that it does seem to have some kind of weird problem with it, you know. And here's Reflex. Ooh, box is moving next to me. Okay, Reflex. You ready? Oh, landing on 5. Hey, look at that, 6. Picking up a nice little free slab. Okay. All yours. Just for hanging out. Appreciate you coming in. Okay. Now we also get... Click. Okay, so we are caught up on orders, and it is 7:17. Normally we go for about 2 hours. Why don't I take a minute and price up a couple slabs? So some of you guys got to the stream late and didn't get to see all the cards in the return. Let's see. Here's a nice card. Here's a nice card. Let's get that priced up. Really disappointed with the grades in this submission. We got a single Black Label, and it was a Hello Kitty card, which I'm not sad about getting a Black Label. I just wish virtually anything else had gotten a Black Label too, you know. But not just that, almost everything got 9.5s. So there were so few pristines. They're like, nah, nothing gets a pristine. And it makes you wonder, like, how really tough it is to get pristines with Beckett, you know. Because I probably looked these cards over before I sent them in. I looked for centering. I looked for frayed edges. I looked for print lines, you know, surface scratches, fingerprints, whatever you might run into. And sent these in, and they still just all failed. Like 9.5, 9.5, 9.5, 9.5. And it just makes you feel like, man, nothing's safe. You know? Their grading is so tough, it's ridiculous. Okay, we're going to say Galarian Moltres. You know what would make me feel better is if they also had a grading report. So if they had a grading report, it would be very easy to understand what went wrong because they would have to prove it with images. I think that's one of the things that's making tags so appealing to me. The grading report, you don't really appreciate it until you send in some of your own cards. And then you go, oh man, that's nice. It's nice that you can see what went wrong, you know? It's nice that they have to prove to you with an image what went wrong. They can't just sneak away with, oh yeah, your card sucks. You know, they can't get away with that. So, we're going to price this guy around 30. Okay. What is the appeal of a 9.5? It's basically like a PSA 10, but because it says 9.5, you get it at a much lower price. So the quality of the card is still pretty much a PSA 10 quality, but the cost of the card is lower than a PSA 10. That's the primary appeal. And so one day, if this card ever shoots up to like $500, you can take the time to go regrade it and probably benefit from that. Umbreon. And this one is 093. So that's the primary benefit. You get a card that's basically... Okay, so this one will be 30 as well. Is that really 30 then? Oh, let me set that to the side. This is 30. Is that right? Weird. 30 seems too cheap then, huh? Let me double check the price of the PSA 9 on that. Because that just seems like it's... why would those be the same price? 30 does seem kind of cheap for the high-class card. So let's see. We're going to say PSA 10, Galarian, Moltres, 190, 190. Let me make sure this isn't like 1/3 the cost. It is. It's 1/3 the cost of the PSA slab. So I hate to tell you this, but at that price, I either need to raise this or just crack it out and resend it for grading. So if you already sent in for it, I apologize, but we need to adjust this price. Well, here's the thing. When I priced it, there actually were no BGS 9.5s. I just based this off of the price of like a different card. Let me show you. There actually were no BGS 9.5s. I underpriced it by mistake. But that's okay because we're correcting it now. So when I searched Galarian Moltres 9.5, the only ones available... Oh, here we... no, it's trying to find from a different set. Hold on. So when I priced Galarian Moltres 9.5, it just showed me like... Look, like CGC 9.5s. So I got like CGC prices. There's a 9 from a different set. So I apologize, but if this is selling for a 10 PSA for $100, I don't want to go 1/3 of the price. In that event, I should just crack it and regrade it. Mr. I sent in on ZELLE. If you sent in for this, I apologize. Let's see. Oh, he's ordering something completely unrelated. Okay, good. I thought you were saying that. All right. So 10 of the OP13 packs and 1 white flare Korean. Let's get it. Let's get it. So here's the white flare Korean and 10 of the OP13s. All right. Mr. Michael Pettiford, hope you're having a good Thursday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got 8 there. And we'll pop over the fresh box, which we now need to go get. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Let's go get a fresh box of OP13. One Piece is one of my best-selling products. I just ordered 8 cases of EB3. There we go. One Piece is no joke. I'm actually keeping a case of OP5 English stowed away just in case it goes to the moon. Oh, is that enough? We need one more. It's Thursday, but work-wise, it's my Friday, so I get to relax. Nice, dude. Glad to hear that. All right. Awesome. I think I'm going to start chasing One Piece mangas. Nice. I'll just show you this one real fast so you know it's available. So we're going to continue to host one manga break on the table, probably at all times. So that is the latest one. That is Nami Manga Break. It's a 1 in 18 break. Here we are. And we'll snip this as well. Miss Sarah Dusenberry was really chewing into these herself, but no manga has shown up for a while. So there might be one around the corner, hopefully. Here's a holo. It's Friday in Australia. Nice. Happy Friday, guys. All right. I gotta say, last night's nighttime stream was so slow, man. There were like 0 orders. It was super slow. We are. All right, here's this. Here's this. We got this lovely lady. Good. Ooh, Kling Klang. Very nice. Okay. We got Jared Leto, and we've got Jack Nicklaus. Yes, there is 6. Is there a Pikachu McDonald's break? Yes, we are hosting our 3rd one. It's actually gone off 2 times. This is the 3rd time. So far, we started it last night. There's 1 person in it so far. Michael Pettiford. Mr. Michael. It's a very popular break. No star card in there. Now. Here we are. Lovely. Could I get cashed out on my commission card again, please, whenever you have the time? Okay, put that up there. So it's what, $128? Okay. Ugh, what is wrong with PayPal? PayPal does this thing now where, like, I try to log in and it just freezes and removes my password. It's so annoying. Let's go to home. All right. PayPal reports that 78% of my sales are domestic. How interesting. Wait a second. Let's go into activity. I got to make sure we send it to the right person, huh? So we're going to say Atom Pashu. Is that right? This might be it. Okay. So I believe this is you. I'm going to go ahead and grab your email, and then I will send you money. All right. We got your email. I had a guy who's sending me some cards right now to sell on commission. And we agreed that the commission will be more favorable toward him for super high-end desirable cards. But he didn't tell me what he sent, so I'm still waiting to learn what exactly he sent. He's like, okay, I sent them. I was like, what did you even send? We are. All right, we're going to click next. Okay. All right. It's actually a $5 fee for sending this, which doesn't seem like much, but when you're sending such a small amount of $128, that actually starts to once again cut into the actual commission. So in the future, for transaction under a certain size, we might have to count the $5 fee toward you, which I don't know how PayPal does it. PayPal might charge you a fee too. I don't know if it does, but yeah, it's charging me $5. It's kind of crappy. Isn't that sucky? So if how many times have we cleaned your card out? So if we've cleaned your card out, I've actually lost 4 times. So I've cleaned your card out 4 times, right? So that cost me, besides the standard PayPal fee, cost an additional $20. That's because it's international conversion. That's terrible. $20 is a lot. It's not actually a lot of money. But if you had a system where you had a lot of consignment for a lot of international people, that is actually a lot. That's a lot of money. So, I like to systematize things. And when I think about it from like a systematized point of view, you go, well, wait a second. That changes the math. Look at that, Charmander 44. Here's Numel, and here's Umbreon. Okay, so that's taken care of. No problem. We got a Mr. Jonas Gordon. He wants Dragon Ball History of Z. Here you go. Let's get those History of Z's open for you. So we got 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Lovely. Mr. Jonas. We're liking Mr. Jonas, huh? Jonas, he likes to open stuff. It's cool. We are. How many packs are in a booster box? Chinese Hidden Fates. How many packs are in a box of the Chinese Hidden Fates? I actually do not remember. I would have to look into that, and that would give me a chance to reprice it too if their price is too low. So we haven't repriced it in a while, so there's a good chance that it's at a good price. Here's Yamcha. Yeah, I would need to open a fresh box and then measure that. Count them up. Might be 30. It might be 30. Ooh, look at that. An SLR Vegeta Saiyan Pride. Is it Saiyan? Saiyan? Cool, man. Look at that. You want to see that up close? Shoop. Cool. Dragon Ball cards, huh, guys? Turns my screen red. Is it 15 packs? No. It's not 15. It's probably 30. There you go. All right. Vegeta. Vegeta. There we go. Nice. Okay. Now, this guy actually needs to be reworked. So if he goes for about $100 in a PSA 10, I should crack this and regrade it myself. Or we just price it appropriately as a 9.5. Maybe about what? 75 maybe? All right. How much are those Dragon Ball Z packs? Those are $12 a pack. They're on the extended menu. You know, it matters a lot to me that you guys learn about the extended menu because I wonder how many people have ever opened it. You guys know about the extended menu, right? You know what I ought to do for a day? I ought to put the entire menu on the extended menu just so that everyone learns how to access it. So this shall be 75. Okay. Michael Pettiford says he'll take one of those Japanese OP9 packs. One Japanese OP9. Got an open pack of it back here. Open box of it. Here it is. All right. I forgot about the extended menu. Definitely have to look at that more. Yeah, so a whole bunch of product has actually been shifted over to the extended menu. The extended menu is probably larger than the main menu right now. Okay, you ready? Ooh. If you guys didn't know that, a whole bunch of product on that extended menu now. It is Michael Pettiford. There we go. All right. Well, I think that concludes the daytime stream. It was, once again, pretty busy, actually. We were pretty busy throughout the daytime stream. Tonight, we've got so many slabs. We just do. We've got a ton of slabs. We've got a bunch of Beckett slabs. We've got a bunch of tag slabs. Like, look at this Acerolas Mischief. That hasn't been priced yet. Look at that Old Maid Gengar. There's just so much. So we've got plenty of graded cards. And I hope to grade, not grade, but price up a whole bunch of it tonight so that you guys have a lot of things to think about, especially because tonight is Friday morning. Very important time of the week. No breaks have gone off, says Team Rocket Grunt. It's been the whole week's been slow. It says my sales are down 11%, which is, it's not that much actually. But that does mean that sales have been slower. And yeah, so hopefully a little bit of movement tonight. We'll have to see. You'll notice the McDonald's Pikachu actually went off twice. So it's not like there haven't been any breaks. It's just that people prefer a particular break. And you can see this one's up to 1 out of 10 now. Yeah, the Gengar break went off once. I think you knew about that. You actually got that spot, Team Rocket Grunt. So you got that spot in the Mega. So we're at 4 out of 8 over there. And then we got this lightning break moved this week. He has 4 spots remaining. So these 3 are hot right here. These 3 are hot. We have not chosen a new vintage booster pack break. The this over here, the Battle Styles break has not moved even one spot, so definitely slow in a certain capacity, certain regard. It's not that bad, though. I mean, 11% down. But yeah, this is the release of a new Pokemon game. And I think what a lot of people do is they go ahead and they buy a new console. And they buy the game for 60 bucks. You know, 60 bucks is 60 bucks. Or whatever it costs, 70 bucks. And then they sit down and they play that. And they don't worry about opening cards. So I think this week, maybe even the next month, could be slow for us. But I don't think you'll stay that way. I think you'll actually pick up a little bit later. Look at this. We got another Kuromi. Black label Kuromi, huh? What do you think we do with that? Do you have any Groudon slabs at the moment? Not off the top of... I can't think of any Groudon slabs off the top of my head. But, you know, it's funny. People really just want the good cards and not the bad cards, don't they? They're like, by the way, I'm not looking for... Let's see, what do we got here? I'm not looking for Fearow, Delphox, Haunter. I'm not looking for Psyduck. I'm not looking for... What is this again? Wattrell. I'm not looking for Ice Cube. Actually, here's a cool card. This card's real cool. This is Lugia Rises, but look. It's an 8. Ooh, not looking for an 8. People really just want like PSA 10, you know, like you said, Groudon, Charizard, Umbreon, Gengar. Oh, actually, you'd think that the Gengar would move really fast. This break right here, I thought that this was going to be popular. This has been so slow. And has his price gone up or down over time? Let me see. So, by the way, we'll be back on tonight for the late night stream. We're not going anywhere, so be sure to smash the subscribe button if you want to hit that, okay? If you want to be there. Gengar Master Ball. Let's see a little bit about that Gengar Master Ball. He's still doing pretty good. Here, let me go ahead and hop off now, guys. I'll be back on tonight, okay? Any cheapo slabs? There'll be a ton of cheap slabs, I promise. We'll have a ton of them. I'm going to hop off. I'll see you tonight for the